apologize for yesterday. Brian, too, if you see this, I was tired after I spoke with Bridge, and I just couldn't get myself together to have the energy that I want for you and that I'm going to need for you. Brian, too, I'm dead serious. If you're free today, I have some appointments I have to make tomorrow, but the next time you're free, Brian, too, I hate to do this to people, but I'm going to drop my other appointments and get a broadcast with you if I can. There's a few other people I want to get in touch with. If you guys can help me, I want to put some broadcasts together because I want to hit the darkness hard. I want to reach out to Eric Karlstrom and Harry Vox. I'm going to tell you my plans. I want to bring them on. I got to get my software working. Again, Michael was around last night, but I fell asleep at like 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I hate that because I miss all you guys. So those are my plans, are my broadcasts. And they're important broadcasts. So, okay, my epiphany. I probably didn't even spell it right. I had an epiphany. So I woke up this morning, battling demons. You know, don't smoke, don't get a can of Coke, Holly, break the old Holly. Break the old Holly. We're done. Break her. Get rid of her. We're the new creation for Abba. So I'm doing the rebuking the thoughts, stopping myself from even having a bad behavior at the root of the problem in my head. So I rebuke the thoughts. I'm not of that thought. I'm of Abba and Yeshua's name. I rebuke it. Get rid of it. But I woke up in a good mood and I turned on the radio and this song, this country song, I got to tell you, in 2019, when I was in Townsend, Tennessee, I was the loneliest person on the face of the earth. Germantown, Maryland in 2019 was worse than Townsend. At least I had my own place in Townsend. But I was so lonely. I mean, Tennessee is beautiful if you're an older married couple and you just want to be alone with each other because you're really romantically, chemically attracted to each other and you just want to be alone. It's a very slow pace of life. Tennessee was beautiful for that. But here I am, a single girl. It was terrible for me to go through because I was lonely. I met somebody off the internet, but it turned out that after a week or two of hanging out with him, he started bashing Abba. I was like, I can't really hang out with you if you're going to do that. Anyway, in Townsend, I told myself, I'm not listening to country music. It's just too heartbreaky. So, well, I'm in Tennessee. That's all they play is country music, right? I wouldn't listen to it because it just made me have a heartbreak. And I swore in 2019 and the music country capital of USA that I would not listen to country music. And people were trying to force me to live in Townsend, trying to force me to get a place, trying to force me to sign a lease, trying to force me to even get married. I kid you not. I kid you not. I would have done it, but again, the guy bashed Yeshua, and there was no way that that was going to happen. So I swore I would never listen to country music while I was in Tennessee or in any of those southern states because it was just too achy breaky in my heart and I couldn't take it. Well, anyway, now that I'm back in Jersey, I've got no problem listening to country. I actually started to like it after my whole life. But when I was a teenager, I used to go to Colorado Cafe, down in Watchung or Scotch Plains. And I used to show up early, and if you showed up early at the Colorado Cafe, they would teach you all the steps to all the dances. Now, I hated country music, but if you taught me how to dance to a song, that's fine, because now I'm dancing, and so I'd show up early just to learn how to do all those country dances and stuff, the line dancing, all of it. And I would hang out there on Sunday nights with my friends from Merritt Valley College and Ridge High School and the other surrounding areas, and it was a lot of fun. Now I'm back in New Jersey, my home state. When country music plays, I'll listen to it now because it's not so achy breaky in my heart. I kid not. I'm a softie and a hopeless romantic. Don't tell anybody. I want them to think I'm a mean, crazy, batshit crazy witch. That way they'll stay away from me. But I noticed, turning myself over to Yeshua, I do search for music that doesn't rip apart my spirit. And I love thrash metal, heavy metal, classic, rock, punk, like some rap, hip hop, definitely dance and techno. Put me in a club in the city and I'll see you 24 hours later. I used to love just going out dancing all night. Um, and I wasn't like bumping and grinding on people. I'd go out on the dance floor by myself and dance. I did better dancing alone than with anybody else anyway. I did have one dance partner, Pete DiFilippo. He had me on his radio station too, on FM radio. He brought me on. He was not only a DJ on FM radio here in Jersey and New York, but he also DJ'd at clubs. And he'd get the screen going with like a movie playing, and it was like a music video almost. Anyway, so long story. I heard, I woke up this morning and I'm dealing with trying to break the old creation of the old creature of Holly, and to be the new creation or creature in Abba. So I turned on the radio, and sure enough, there was this country song by More Than Heaven, Morgan Evans. I'm trying to do the association because I'm terrible with names, as you guys can tell, because I'm always grilling my friends. Are you my friend? It's like I should know this by now. Um, Morgan Evans, Love is Real. I don't know, guys, but I heard that play this morning and it just upbeated me. Like I felt love, I felt happy. Hey, I love you, Lincoln. We got to catch up soon. We really do. I'm going to put the spotlight on you and pressure you, Lincoln. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We're going to get you a new ID and I want you to come on internet radio with me. Barbara, I love you. Barbara, I'm getting comfortable with giving my friends my phone number. That's a really big step. When the gang stalkers doxed me, and I'll try to stop using their names, but at first, I mean, they really drilled me in the ground. I had a long conversation with my neighbor that lives on that side of the wall. I love her. She's a Christian. She plays Christian music. I told her I fell to my knees. I was like, my favorite neighbor right next to me, I was like, these gang stalkers, I lost it. I went back to cigarette smoking. I said, when I moved here, I'm like, I was like Miss Pristine on the property. I fell to my knees. I took back smoking. I took back drinking, trying to run and escape from all this gang stalking, people not leaving me alone. I can't open my curtains because they got their cameras shining into my bedroom. I have to put like stuff over I have to put these things. I went to the dollar store and got poster board to put over my window because they take their front lights and they shine it in my bedroom windows because my bedroom faces the street. You can't pass my house without me knowing at all. And I kind of would have rather had the kitchen face the street, but that's all right. My antennas are always up. Yeah, they did a number. And I was telling my neighbor yesterday, I was like, it brought me to my knees. I said, listen, I'm not this cigarette smoker. I'm trying to be right with Yeshua. I want to live up to my rightful title, ordained minister. Barbara, that was something Abba had an issue with me about. He said to me, Holly, why are you hiding your ordainment under your mattress? You won't even take the title. You worked with that for me. You deserve that title. That's something you started and finished for me and with me, Holly. And now you're going to hide your ordainment? What, because the online gang stalker, Sarah Adams, and all of her witch friends and all the people that hate you because they can't get close to Jesus for whatever their unrepentant sin is, that they make your problem and want you to fix and apologize for when it's really their own damn fault? He's like, they pick you apart on your ordainment. They pick you apart because what? You fell to your knees and had a cigarette or fell into a box of wine? Are you kidding me, Holly? You get out that ordainment and you live up to that title that you worked for. Why are you hiding me, Holly? Yes, Abba, I was hiding you. I was basically belittling myself. I repent. I was trying to lower myself so other people would feel better about themselves because they never even tried to go get ordained. And they've been at it for longer than me. Now, Abba calls us all to get saved, baptized, water and Holy Spirit, set free and freedom delivered, and with a working daily and nightly relationship. It's a relationship, not a religion. And I'm not radical. I am right on point with him, trying to be. Guys, if you got ordained, you get out that title and you get out that certificate and you stand tall and you take your rightful title that you and Abba worked with together with each other. And you don't hide it no matter how many people nitpick you apart or they want to say they're a better Christian because they don't smoke and they don't need medicinal cannabis, so they're just so perfect. And God loves them more because they're just so perfect. That's not how it works, guys. Just, I am showing you all of my life. I am not sitting here going like this. So the beginning of December, when you're watching my videos, you're watching God work in my life and how he works and what it looks like, what it feels like. Yeah, a lot of times it is heaven every day, but you know, a lot of it is sweat and bullets and puke in the hair. I hate to say it like that. Yeah, and sometimes those demons get me so ticked off. I make sailors blush in front of Abba. But, you know, getting rid of demons isn't a pretty little conversation where you can say it in love to the demon and then the demon just leaves in love. It doesn't. Anyway, hey, good servant. I had my alarm clock set last night because I wanted to come be your fan when you were on Peanut's panel. I even saw Peanut. I'm like, Peanut, I got my alarm clock set. I'm going to wake up at 11 and I'm going to come be good servant's fan. And I slept through it. I hate that. I hate that. I'm going to keep trying, though. I got to give you my number so that way, good servant, you can like call me. You can like call me twice in a row and go, okay, I'll wait 2 minutes and then I'll play alarm clock again. Oh, it was canceled. And then you can call me. It might take you 15 or 20 minutes, but I'll get up. Oh, good, it was canceled. Then I still have a chance to be your fan. Peanut's great. He's got, I tell you, Peanut's got some of the best friends. Everybody Peanut knows I give my love and blessings to. Everybody in his chat room is my walk. Yes, well, Lincoln, you know, Abba and the Spirit, that's what he did first. And I see him do it with all of you, like with Barbara. I already see that his hand is there. And I mean, with my spirit eyes, I can see that he has already chosen you to be ordained. So you're ordained by him, and of course him first and foremost. But I pursued this in person mainly because I never graduated college with my accounting degree. But I wanted to start something and see it through to the finish. And I wanted to just be everything I could for Abba. And I thought, wow, you know, who are these ordained ministers and pastors? Can I do that? I want to do that, Abba. I want to know what that is about. How come they get to be ordained and how come I can't be? And Abba said, what do you mean you can't be ordained? Come here, my child. Let me show you. And we went through it. So from actually the year 2014, I popped up on the internet, found Anita Riviera, Trey Smith, from those two from my dreams from when I was a little kid. Since the time Trey and Anita were born, I was already dreaming about them. I'm older than Trey and Anita. I started dreaming about them when I was 3, and that's when Anita was born. So Abba puts his hand on us and he selects us to be ordained. But I wanted to do it in this physical, real world to be recognized among my peers as valid and truthful, that the dreams and visions I have are from him and not from down there. I wanted this world to basically say, yes, Holly, we validate you, we recognize you, and yes, you are our peer. We will stop stepping on you, stepping on your throat, and ignoring you. And when you say super soldier, we will stop ignoring you on that too. And we will actually respect that you went face to face with evil, stared it in the eyes. It literally mauled you to death, but you came back and lived to tell about it, and now you're on our side trying to tell us how the enemy's going to come at us. Yes, Holly, we will validate that too. So there you go. There is no taking my ordainment back. Abba selected me. I saw it in the spirit, but I really needed that paper. So you know what, Barbara Ann? I got out my title. And just recently I said I need to take my title of ordained minister. Now, I know I'm like a big kid in an adult body, but I want the responsibility and the accountability. I want that title. I work for it, and I'm not hiding it under my mattress to let other people feel better about themselves because they're not close to God, or they didn't even think to bother to try to get ordained. And you don't have to go to college to be ordained. You know what I did? We'll just say, it was the whole year of 2014, but we'll just start December 2014 because that was really pivotal. December 2014 is when I was on the computer 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Thank you, Barbara. I'm trying to learn to do that, and I wasn't doing that, and that in itself is a sin for someone like me. If I hide something, then I'm afraid that turns into a sin where a demon can just walk right in and screw with my life, as you guys have seen. I'm going to wear it proudly. It's him. Why am I hiding him? But I thought it was really important for me to do this with him and accomplish something, see something through to the end. But yeah, I really wanted to be recognized among my peers. But so December 2014, right in about there, I wanted to be ordained. I think it was him planting the seed. Because off the bat, I knew, Barbara, I knew that Abba called me to be an Ezekiel 33 watchman. And I hate to say it, but plastic Christians always tried to shut me up with this one, especially in Maryland. I would tell people, listen, I don't care how I say it. Abba said, I don't care how you say it. Just say it, kid. I need you to say it, Holly. That's why I have my diary, Ruminations and Confessions, because I say it there in my diary. And then I can turn around and go, guys, I got to bring this to the table and we got to talk about it. I know I dropped the F-bomb a couple times. Or, hey, I know I said it too pretty and I should have been more forceful. Whatever the matter, I gotta say it. That's why Abba gave me HTV and gave me my Ruminations and Confessions. If I don't say it, then I can't tell you my dreams. I can't tell you my visions. Then I don't pray properly for you. Then my work is incomplete or failed in the sight of Abba. I think more letters than just Thyatira and Ephesus apply to me. I think that other one applies to me too. So I stopped taking my ordained minister title and squashing it. And when I put it up, when I took my title back, Abba yesterday was talking to me about it. And do you know what he showed me in the spirit because I took my title back, Barbara? This is what he showed me. I use glitter. When it's stuff from Abba, I'll use glitter, if you can see the glitter. But when I have dreams of you and me, I just use plain crayons because we don't sparkle like the things of heaven sparkle. So, I got my candlestick burning. Abba gave it to me. And I'm putting out my candle. I'm putting out my candlestick, my lampstand. I'm putting it out and showing it proudly because that's Abba, and he gave me that. And what am I doing? Squandering it? What am I doing? Running from it? Guys, I want to encourage you. If you think you see something, draw it, write a little description, bring it before Abba and say, Abba, what is this? Talk to me about it. Or and if See, me, if I see something evil, not to be superstitious, but I will draw a black box. And I'll put Abba, well, I always put Abba, his name, and 4 hearts. He gave me the 4 hearts. I'm still figuring what that is. I think it's a heart for him, Yeshua, Holy Spirit, and Holy Bible. But other people say it's the 4 horsemen because I've seen the white horse and I've seen the angel back in 2008 or the year 2000 that told me the 4 horsemen were coming. There was an angel in the summer of 2000. It flew across the sky. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but the angel said the 4 horsemen are coming. Big golden looking angel. You didn't see him the summer 2000 float past you? Okay, I did. I caught him. Wonky and showed the word nay. Barbara. Oh, yeah. Demons will do that. They're trying to fake me out with fake Jesus and the false divine light, Barbara, and they're sneaky. And Moloch has a Jesus for everyone. Abba's been showing me stuff, and I want to tell you guys all about it, but I don't want you to think it's me saying it. I'm just trying to tell you what he's showing me so you guys get closer to his truth. Bridge says it best. And what do you say? That I hate saying this, but a nugget of truth, or that golden nugget. I hate when people say that, because everything Bridge said was golden, because we both asked Yeshua to speak through us when we did our broadcasts for you. That's our shepherd. So bring us back into the truth, Abba. Bring us into your truth, not the version we want to believe, but your truth. Let every man be a liar. Let Yeshua be the truth. Christians hate when I say that. But it's the truth, right? Yeshua's the truth, and we're finite beings, so we just automatically are fallen, and we are inclined to lie. We're inclined to do bad things because we're finite and we're fallen. We need him and his blood to make us holy and to cover us. Also, guys, I want to remind you, my epiphany. I was walking around my house this morning because I always pace, as you see. That's why I haven't been sitting at HTV Studios, because I'm always pacing lately. I can't really sit still. It's hard for me to sit still. Like yesterday on the video with Bridge, she had me on camera, so I wasn't smoking. You guys couldn't see me, but sitting still was kind of difficult. I think the way I get rid of cigarette smoking is if I can still pace back and forth. I'm trying to replace it with food. But this morning, my epiphany. Okay, so me as a person, I give my life to Yeshua. Now this is my getting my house blessed and getting me blessed. So I got to prepare everything for his blessing so he can dwell in my home and in me. And we used Ephesians to clean out my house. Now we're using Ephesians to make me wholesome on the inside, right? So I'm rebuking the thoughts and I'm doing what's right. And I'm making the decision to listen to the right voice. And I get bad thoughts. I say, I rebuke you, and then I take it back to Abba. Why am I getting this thought? Oh, it's a demon. Or, oh, it's actually really a detox from a cigarette. Abba, can you take that from me in Yeshua's name? So that way I just have to deal with breaking the behavior of hand to mouth. It's my go-to. My irritable bowel syndrome, when I go into a flare-up, like 2 days ago, the pain in my intestines, man, I wanted to go to the hospital. I wanted to say, listen, you got to give me Dilaudid because that pain is so bad I can't stop puking from it. But that is something that will cause me to go to a cigarette, a can of Coke, and now I'm opening these cans of worms. And for me, we're not talking cigarettes and Coca-Cola. We're talking addiction and addiction, demon and a demon. And then that opens up more doors. That opens up Pandora. It opens up the demon's Pandora box. And at the bottom of their Pandora's box, it's not hope. It's Lucy. So my life is being made of an example of, I am not pointing the finger at you guys for drinking, smoking, masturbate, whatever, okay? That's between you and your God. But if he can use me and my life to help you guys grow closer to him, let it be. Let it be. Because honestly, guys, you don't want this world. Abba gave me so many visions in December 2014 that I'm still figuring them out right now. He told me back in December 2014 about the guy that collapsed my lung, broke my face. He told me, I thought Abba was telling me about somebody else's life. He wasn't. He sat me down December 2014 and said, you know these cigarettes you got? If you don't get rid of them, it will keep you out of heaven. You know that boyfriend you got in the back, lingering for all these years? What is it, 21 years now? Yeah. It would be better for you to get through that immensely horrible, rotten heartbreak and get that guy out of your life, Holly, because if you don't get him out of your life, that will keep you out of heaven. Now, I am your shepherd, Holly, and I am speaking to you, Holly. Please listen to your shepherd. So this is back in December 2014. December 2014, I believe Abba showed me tribulations or pieces of it or the prelude to it. We're walking through it, guys. We're not going to be subject to his bowls of wrath. We're not getting that. Yes, we are subject to the beast system and what the beast system is going to do to us because we love him. I pray we're all deemed worthy to be in the first resurrection at the blowing of the seventh trumpet, if not to be one of the 144,000 sealed. So no harm befalls us. For the way I read his Bible, which I leave open, and if I'm wrong at any point, I will come back and say, guys, I was wrong about this. I apologize. This is the correction. I will always do that, just like I did with the rapture. I came to you guys. I said, this is wrong. I'm wrong. Let Abba's truth come to me, and let these man's traditions and doctrines fall away from me. So anyway, Abba showed me the supernatural ways that he's going to protect his children through the tribulation. We are carrying his gospel. We are not going anywhere. We are staying in the world. We are carrying his gospel. Our feet will be on this ground upon his second return. When we are gathered, we will still be gathered on the earth. He is coming here to the earth. We are not going anywhere. Now, honestly, I think the 144,000 are already sealed. I think the two witnesses right now are already walking the face of the earth and will be revealed. I think they got here around December 2015. This is what I think. So I got my eye out for the two witnesses. But I think they're here. They're adjusted to being here. And they're just waiting for that Holy Spirit to tap their shoulder. Lucy, yeah, he's already communing with the Sanhedrin. We're just waiting for the beast of the sea, Apollyon, also known as Abaddon, for his identity to be revealed. And we got, like, what? 3.5 terrible years of just running for dear life. But so my epiphany this morning as I was walking around with Abba is he said, Holly, you're making these right choices, you as a person. You're accepting the new creation and the life that I want for you, and you're trying to walk in those shoes and break your habits. And I have bad habits. Look at my eating habits. Not taking care of myself. So this isn't going to be an overnight thing. I got to actually work at it. And it seems like such tough work, but at the same rate, it should be so easy because it's only taking care of myself. It's not like I have to like shampoo, wash, and blow dry an elephant. I'm a beanpole, for heaven's sake, you know? Um, so Abba tells me, Holly, you as a person are making the right decisions. You're you're doing it, kid. Yeah, you're screwing up with the nicotine. Yeah, we know you got a cigarette sitting out in your car, Hall. We know in the mornings. But Hal, you know what? You're doing it. You're breaking it. You're realizing it. And you, Hal, know with my power and strength behind you, you can not only quit those cigarettes, but you'll never feel detox again, Holly. Just let it go and clutch onto me. So you as a person, you're making these right decisions, Holly, but I need to show you something, Holly. And I think my heavenly Abba, my shepherd, Yud Hey Vav Hey, his Holy Spirit, my companion in Yeshua's name. I believe that my companion, him, my golden bow, he's telling me that they're targeting me. I love you, Tyler. I think my shepherd is telling me, you know, Holly, they're targeting you. Heavenly Abba said, Holly, yesterday when you were doing your thing with Bridge and then you got off the video with Bridge and you're sitting here wanting to talk with Brian too, but just drained, wanting to fix your computer, but just drained. And broadcasts do drain me, guys. Even if I'm really quiet and I do a bad time as a hostess, they do drain me. My heart, my energy is into that show. Barbara, Bridge, this is the thing to Bridge. You just said it, Barbara. You got it. And Barbara, your thought was the first thought I thought when she said, hi, my name is Bridge. I was like, are you trying to pave a bridge between me and Abba? Because I'm stuck right now. She's like, bingo. So she is the bridge so that someone like me, I can walk over it and be with Abba. I needed help. Even Yeshua sent us out 2 by 2, and I needed a second person. Dory do will tell you. I do. I grab you ladies, and I do ask, will you be my 2? You know, Yeshua, 2 by 2. Will you be my 2? I'll be your 2 too. It'll be the 2 of us. I've done that before. Sometimes you have to. Just like prayer and fasting to get rid of certain principalities and powers, you just have to do it that way. Um, so Abba said, Holly, you as a person, you're doing what I'm telling you to. Yeah, you slip up. You're finite. You're flawed. You're an idiot too sometimes. No, he didn't say that. He said, you could do better. I know you could. Yeah, don't be slacking, Holly. Live up to your covenant with me. Stay in your covenant with me. It's not, I say I gave my promise to God. I gave my word to God. Yeah, but I gave my covenant. I wanted to live my life with and for him. Actually, no, I just want to give him my life and let him tell me what to do with it. So I should say my covenant, not my promise. You guys that have covenants with Abba, I see you in a bubble. You're protected. You're in covenant with him. So I shouldn't say it's a promise or I gave my word, but it's a covenant. You're in a bubble. And when you're in that bubble, he protects you. And I think when we go through tribulation in the second Exodus, he puts us in a bubble and he moves us. But it's only that bubble that we have control over and authority over. And the darkness won't be able to touch us, but we're going to have to walk through that certain doom. So while we're seeing 1,000 fall by our left and 10,000, or 1,000 by our right and 10,000 by our left, none of that's going to touch us. But you know, we're going to have to travel somehow over to the other side of the world to get to Israel for his second return. We're going to be there for it, guys. We're going to be there. That's why I'm doing all this hard work, because I want to be there. And no, I don't think I can keep telling you that, like, when next week comes and the week after, I can't be like, yeah, guys, I'm still screwing up on cigarettes. It's got to stop. So I'm in the thick of it. I'm up for a good challenge. I wish I wasn't quitting smoking cigarettes again, but I'll do it. So my epiphany this morning is that I was telling me, Holly, you as a person, yeah, you're doing what I'm telling you to, but you're being targeted. Holly, do you remember last night when you got off your broadcast and you were seeing the spies, the black blobs? Somebody said, Holly, why don't you call them those black morphs? They zing through the air. It looks like almost a fly, but it's not. It's the spirit world, and you just see this black streak through the air. Those are spies. Those are people that send out powers against you to spy on you. I believe they were trying to spy on me to see what the next habit is that I pick up so they can curse it and have the demons attack me. You know, they did summon powers. You know, you do a sacrifice, a satanic sacrifice, kill something, summon the powers, and say, okay, the sorcerers and witches and necromancers, they say go after Holly, so these things come after me. And they tried to, I remember them sending out spies trying to find where I was in Germantown. So you know what I did? I was like, you guys are so smart. I wrote on a piece of paper the address where I was in Maryland, and I left it on top of my desk. I said, you guys want my location that bad? Here you go. I got doxxed recently, and they were trying to send out spies to find out where I was, and they could not. Since 2019, once I left Maryland, they couldn't find me. They didn't find me. I know they didn't. They were trying to get me in the spirit. So the second I left Germantown, Maryland, I was off their radar. I was doing that well, all by myself. So now those two people, the squatter and that thing next door, they doxed me, them and their husbands. They doxed me online. They didn't stay away from me in person. Instead, they got online and kept harassing me. They didn't stay away from me like they were told by police and by me and by other people. So they doxed my location, so we all know that Holly Baglio is in Stortsville, New Jersey, like a sitting duck, and a survivor like myself cannot have their location being known to the public. It has to be private. It has to be. I'm an SRA survivor. This goes, even if you're not a super soldier, even if you've just been satanically ritualized and abused by your own family, yeah, guys, what I'm telling you applies to you. You need a safe location that nobody knows. You do. So everything that I say for myself as an ex-super soldier, you guys, you SRAs, you MK Ultras, you Pizzagates, you DIDs, you need safe location. You need a big fat support system that stays your support system. I probably got about 40 people in my support system. Good morning, Lynn. Do you know why I got about 40 people in my support system? Because I can wear them down. And it's not me, but when I go through a spiritual attack, ask Bridge. She's been in prayer and fasting just to have the energy to help me. But don't forget, the catastrophe that's happening in my life, Bridge herself has her own life. And right now for her, it's not peaches and cream. And she is going through, I don't know what to call it, tribulations. And she's got to hang on to what she has. And then she took my plate on top of hers. That's big, guys. So I want to be able to turn around and do for you guys and for Bridge what Bridge and you guys did for me. You know, my village. So that's how I want to be here for you guys. Just like that. I'll pray and fast for you. I'll fight the demons with you. I'll go with you. I'll go grab my bat. You come grab your Baglio, and I'll go with you. I'll go with you into the darkness, and I'll fight it with you. You don't have to go alone. Yeah, I'm still getting over my fear of their ickiness, because they are icky. They are icky. But I'll go with you. You want to shine your face to Abba or be able to? I'll go with you and do that too. It's not always easy. I used to force myself 7 years ago to lift up my face and go, Abba, I know I'm dirty and I got crimson on my hands, but I got to shine my face to you somehow. And I just lift up my face and say, I repent. I am more than a wretch, but here's my face, Abba. Yeah, some of you, I want to get you some fake IDs, and then I want to do some broadcasts with you. I do. My friends are the best part of me. You're also my blessings from Abba, and I know it. And some of you I came searching for. Abba showed me dreams in 2013 because I asked to have a life with him. And if I didn't have a future with him to give me one, I came searching for the kids I was trafficked with. Casbolt, McCollum, Perrin, Marrow, Rothschild. I came looking for those kids. Sadly, Max is dead. But I also came looking for some of you. Abba showed me these people that just shine so brightly in my dreams. And I wanted to know who those people are because that's his disciples. So I came looking for you guys. I wish there were about 50 people in my chat room when I said that. I wish I could tell the over 4,000 friends I have on YouTube that, yeah, I came looking for you guys. I saw that Yud Hey Vav Hey loves you, and I wanted some of that for myself. I wanted to come join you. So my epiphany this morning was like Abba said, they're targeting you. So they're doing sacrifices to send out these spirits. They're trying to find what your next device is that you're going to pick up and get addicted to so they can curse the hell out of that. They're looking for other objects in your house. What could you have possibly brought into your house now that you've cleaned it out, Holly? They want to know so they can attach themselves to it. So, Holly, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you have to amp up your efforts. Because the darkness is purposefully on top of you right now. Yeah, there's nothing in my house. My Coca-Cola. Yeah, so I bought a Coca-Cola today. And I was like, Abba, you know, I should get ice trays from the dollar store so then I can use this for an upset stomach. This is not an addiction when used for an upset stomach. And it's the proper way, and it's not Coca-Cola. It's actually just the syrup, so I'm not killing my stomach. But I was like, but, you know, I had a couple sips of this Coke, and you know how much I used to enjoy it? This thing would have been gone by now. I would have bought a 2-liter. I was like, you know, I enjoy it, but not that this stuff is any better because we all know what's in it. But this, compared to that, is a step in the right direction for me, guys. And so, like now, my body is craving juices and water and not the Coca-Cola or just soda in general. Lori S. would be so proud of me right now. Huntress, too. Huntress is my dietitian. I listen to Huntress. So I'm going to tell you right now, her advice will always trump everybody else's advice because she went through a lot of eating problems in her life. She can tell you about it. I hope to have Huntress one day if she'd ever like to come on with me. I had a doctor tell me, my gastroenterologist doctor, he said to me, he goes, Now I know why you like soda so much. I'm like, why? He goes, that burp you just let out, he goes, you must feel so much relief inside your system. He's like, you probably just drink that soda to burp and feel relief inside your tummy. I was like, yeah, come to think of it. Yeah, because I've got bad irritable bowel syndrome like Crohn's. And then I get my period, but I got endometriosis. Yeah, I get flattened, okay? Now you know why I stick to the kratom. I've tried the edible Delta 8 with the kratom, that works. Now you know why I'm getting my medicinal cannabis license so I can get the edibles. Once I get the edibles, I'm not going to have an issue with the hand to mouth because then I won't be smoking the weed. Unless I am vomiting and I can't eat anything, like 2 days ago when I had that profuse vomiting, I had like 2 hits, and I was like, you know what, I really don't even want it right now. It calmed down the vomiting, so I wasn't dry heaving the bile. So it calmed it down a little, but I was like, ugh. I tried to take Dramamine because it was my, anyway, so I don't know. I kind of don't even, you know what I think it is? I think it's the caffeine. If I just put like a tea bag in my kratom tea, that would give me the caffeine, and then I probably wouldn't even pick up a soda. But Abba was just, my epiphany this morning was that Abba told me, yes, you're being targeted. It's harder on you. So, oh man. So that's how they're getting me. That's how they're trying to get me to grow weak, is human beings targeting me and doing rituals and sacrifices against me to make me fall. You know those people online that use tarot cards? No names, because it's not about them as a person. It's about the spirit world. But you know those people online that love flashing tarot cards? Yeah, that's a choice they made. It's not a mental illness. Stop trying to give them the easy way out. They made a choice to tamper with tarot cards, okay? Ah, thanks, Len. Sometimes. I do have coffee here. You know what, Len? Maybe I should just do that in the mornings. No, I had coffee here. I had coffee, I threw it out because a famous musician was here and he drank it, and I was like, you touched my coffee, it's tainted. Go ask Bridge. I'll go get coffee. Once in the winter, I like it. But, so, people tampering with tarot cards, Abba told me they're not getting into heaven. Now, I'm not judging you guys if you are tampering with them, but I just want to be very clear what Abba told me about it, because I used to get into tarot cards when I was in junior high, in high school, in college, and you know when you go to the clubs, they'll have like a tarot card reader. Yeah, point blank, Heavenly Abba said you guys aren't going to heaven if you're screwing around with that. Why? Because you're screwing around with that and not caring about him. And he's jealous. You know, I was a never jealous person in my life until I heard how Abba gets jealous over us. Honestly, I'm jealous over him. I want them all for myself. For those people who don't want God and you want to go off playing with your energy fields and your tarot cards and your dice and your, slaughtering animals and babies, you guys want to go do that, you go have fun with that. I'm sticking with Heavenly Abba. I forgot what I was going to say. Started looking at that and then I got scared. Whoa. Good morning, Debbie. Aha. Yeah. You want... I got like 5 thoughts running through my head at once. Yeah, you don't want to bring tarot cards around me. I don't want to see the things that are on the tarot cards. What are those? The entities? I don't want to see them. Because it looks like a pit of snakes sometimes when you get a bunch of entities all together. What is there, 79 tarot cards? You got the major ones, the minor ones. Sleep with the major ones under your pillow so that you can give them your power. And then it depends. Oh, my goodness. Hey, it's WP. I love you, hon. I want to give you my cell phone number. So that way if you get Signal, which is very private, it's a free app. They don't record conversations. You can shoot me text messages. We don't even have to talk. I want us to stay connected, WP. I'm going to shoot you an email. There's an app called Signal. You are my friend. I will protect you, but I want to have access to you. Think about it. You don't have to talk to me. Just shoot me a text. But I want us to stay connected, WP. I mean, I know the Holy Spirit has us connected, but once in a while, it'd be nice to be like, hey, WP, the darkness sucks, and I'm sending you a text to remind you how bad the darkness sucks. And it's really made me mad today. You have Signal. Good. Now I just have to send you an email with my phone number. You'll know it's my phone number because it's computer language. And do you know what my phone number means in computer language? It means that AI is trying to pair with me. Good morning, Amber. AI's trying to pair with me. Nah, sorry. I'm not into transhumanism. I know I come from the dumps, but I reject, renounce, and rebuke what they did to me. I just want to be a normal, natural human being. Neanderthal. That's it. So the targeting, my epiphany is that they're targeting me. Also, I believe that we're in tribulation. I think it's a 7-year-long period, and right now we're going to watch everything amp up into just... But in tribulation, the demons are going to hit us harder. Everything we do is going to count. There is no leeway. There's no loopholes. It's the straight and narrow. Because this world is so corrupt, because it's so fallen, it is paramount now more than ever that we walk that fine line. But he makes it easy for us. I really have to say, he does. He takes away detox and withdrawals. He gives us his strength. We get his authority. We exercise his power. And I think everything we do now counts more than whatever we did before. Because it's tribulation. So, we have been blessed and ordained by God to carry his gospel. And when we do that, he's not going to let any hurt fall upon us. Oh, don't you ever be embarrassed. No, Amber, I used to get that embarrassed feeling. Please, Amber, Heavenly Abba, get rid of that feeling for her. From her. Take it from her. Okay. There's no embarrassment and condemnation. There is no shame in Abba. I bind and cast that demon down from doing that to you. That's how they're going to weasel in, Amber. That's exactly how they weasel in for me. So instead of being embarrassed, because I made that one video the other night, and I admitted to the coveting and the cigarette smoking because I was in so much pain. I was trying to get rid of the pain by distracting myself with something else, but by doing that, it just opens up more doors for demons, and we can't do that. Just like we cannot take a false idol and make it holy. Don't be embarrassed. Not with Abba. Abba wants you to have conviction so you don't pick up the cigarette, and so you stop and think, wait, Abba, I can rebuke the cigarette. I can rebuke the thought. Take the detox off of me. I'm still going through the cigarettes, Amber. I'm still going through it and fighting with those cigarettes. When I walk Keeper, I'm going to be fighting with it. Now, I can take a cigarette to go walk Keeper, or I can take Heavenly Abba. And it's as simple as that. But Amber, for Abba to work me up to this point, it wasn't like boom. He's like, Holly, let me show you these things slowly. Okay, I want heart, not perfection. I'm perfect, Holly. You're my creation. Don't be embarrassed. You know what? Get mad at the darkness. The darkness is trying to shame you. It thinks if it shames you enough, or, torments you enough, that you'll just give in and say, I can't do anything about it. You know what? I just give in. And then they go, ha, 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 we gotcha. And then the torment will stop, but then you're still stuck with the cigarette. And then Abba can't move you. At least not in that area of your life, he can't. I'm not trying to come down on you, Amber. It's not like that, Amber. I'm going through it right now. All my videos this whole month of December, please, whatever you do, don't feel embarrassed. Look at what I just put up on YouTube. If anybody should be embarrassed, it should be me, but no, see, that spirit of condemnation, it wants to embarrass you and shame you. It wants to make you feel trapped. It wants to make you feel hopeless and helpless. So you stay with the cigarettes as your refuge, as your safety. I should know, I'm going through it right now. So when I finally wake up in the morning and I don't run to a cigarette, then I can say hallelujah. But Abba has a lot of work to do with me on the inside too. I don't ever want you to feel embarrassed, Amber. And I'm not trying to embarrass you. I just asked Abba to use me as an example. Listen, I mean, here, you want embarrassment? I'll give you embarrassment. Thanksgiving. It's hard, Lynn. It is. You know what? I got to the point where it's like, Abba, this whole year in 2021, I would smoke 3-4 days, quit for 3 days. Smoke for 3-4 days, quit. Every day I was going through detox. I was like, one day I'm going to get this right. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to give up until I get it. And I should have had it by now because you're smothering me with your authority and power and strength. But it's like I have this disconnect and I'm not fully exercising it. I'm still taking it out of your hands and putting it in mine and not fully just letting it go. Just to let it go. Bridge said something yesterday and I've noticed I do it normally where I will just sit in a chair and say, Abba, I'm just going to sit here. If I can't do anything else but sit here. If I make a move, I'm going to go right, grab a cigarette. If I make a move to the left, I'll probably go call an ex-boyfriend and fall into a bottle of wine. So, you know what, Abba, I'm just going to sit here in this chair. That's all I can do right now. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. In November, okay, I moved to Stortsville. Oh my gosh, Debbie, I want to hug you. Oh, honey, honey. I hate that feeling. I came out of that feeling recently, Debbie. Oh, don't you guys ever feel embarrassed. That's why I put my life up there, because I had that drinking issue. And I felt the same way. I can still feel it now. When I was cleaning out my house, because now Abba's doing the work on the inside. When I was cleaning out my house, and we came into the kitchen, because I had Bridge on the cell phone speaker. We came into the kitchen and we talked about the things in my kitchen. You know, shellfish, pork. But there was wine. And I was like, I was honest. I was like, I'm drinking every day. I'll have 2 pints of beer at night. Sometimes I will wake up, I will fill up a glass of ice, fill a glass of ice up, fill it with wine, and sip on it all day long. You know, I would cook my food, clean my house, sip on my wine, draw, talk to you guys, sip on my wine all day long. And then I said to Heavenly Abba, you know what, Abba, maybe I'm not doing this right. Maybe this is wrong. Because, you know, it sort of kind of feels off. You know what I mean? So Abba basically said, he does it gentle, okay? He's not like me. He does it gentle. He doesn't drop kick you. He's like, Holly, you're abusing my fruit. You're abusing my wine. This is for communion. I said, Abba, I've been running from my spiritual gifts. You know, my ex, he always brought home cocaine, alcohol, and cigarettes. He said, yes, it's become a bad habit, too. It's a habit, Holly. You don't need those things, Holly. Get drunk on my love for you. So now I have, well, I don't have any wine in my fridge, but I did. But now when I have wine in my fridge, I was like, come on, we're taking communion. And Holly, put down your water. I'm so sick and tired of you doing the water. Do it the right way. Get out your cracker. Get out your wine. We're taking communion. And we're going to use this wine the right way. And if you want to have a whole glass and not just a couple of sips, guess what, Holly? You can have a whole glass. But that's it. No sipping on it all day long. It's just used for communion. And so now Abba, once I was honest with him why I was drinking. You know, Abba, am I an alcoholic like everybody says? No, Holly, you're not. You're making a stupid decision, but you're not an alcoholic. Holly, you are, though, seriously addicted to nicotine. That is an issue. You know? Amber, I was on morphine, Dilaudid, oxycodone. I was on pain management for 20 years of my life. Talk about an opiate addict. That's why I say I quit all my prescriptions January 4th of 2014. I did it with medicinal marijuana. And now that is my medicine. My medicinal marijuana stands between me and 33 prescriptions. Belladonna. They had me on methadone, which I hated. Dilaudid, oxycodone, sleeping pills, anxiety pills, muscle relaxer pills. They had me on a nice cocktail. It worked. But there came a point in time where I just said, Abba, you know, I can't do this anymore. I think I'm going to have a nervous breakdown having to keep taking these pills. It's been 20 years now. I don't think I can keep doing it. And I want to be like I was when I was a kid, where I just hop up out of bed in the mornings and go out to run and play and be happy. And see, that's why I get the mornings waking up is really tough, because that's when I'm ready to get a cigarette or pour a glass of wine, because waking up is so hard. My bones and joints hurt. My guts hurt. Takes me 2 hours to get going. So that's a weakness for me. That's when I go to bad things, is right now at this time. My newborn experience. Amber, I pray Heavenly Abba fixes what's broken. And He will. He will. You just focus on Him. If it takes you 2 years to quit cigarettes or quit drinking or quit pills, it takes you 2 years. If it takes you 2 minutes, it takes you 2 minutes. Just go to him. Just talk to him and go to him. So you've seen my process for 7 years. And yes, I have to say, I believe that Casper McLeod, when I visited him in Georgia in 2019 and met him in person, which I wanted to spend more time with him, but I was rushed by plastic Christians. Oh man, I had so many opportunities when I met Casper McLeod, and plastic Christians ruined it. Oh, you want to do something? No, you can't do what you want. You have to deny your flesh. Oh, you want to do that? No, you have to deny your flesh. You released your autobiography, Holly. Don't let it go to your head, Holly. Don't let my autobiography go to my head. Like, it's about me stuck in a cage for 37 years of my life. How the hell am I going to have a cage go to my head? So anyway, Casper McLeod set me free from nicotine the summer of 2019. I was set free. I walked out of there knowing I had his authority and power and knowing I didn't have to pick up another cigarette. He took my withdrawal from me. I was good as gold. But then you know what happened? Drove the 3 hours back to my camper, and the bad habits set back in. My bad habits, my hand to mouth. And I took it back. Abba let me learn. That demon went and got 7 of its best buds and came back. Fast forward to what just happened a week and a half ago at Bridge. She said, Abba's pointing out the nicotine. You just got to quit. When I grabbed that plastic bin, the plastic bin that was on my shelf, because this is where this is my bathroom closet, right? Me bathroom. See? All the demons are out because that horse does not wink. I'm not kidding. So, like, I took that whole plastic bin, the lid and everything. I had taken it out, right? Yeah, sorry, my house is kind of a mess. I just came in and dropped my jacket on the floor. And I put it down on the ground. And then I was like, there's probably smoke in Keeper and Sava's toys. So I walked over, I picked them up. I'm like, I'll give my pets new, fresh, clean toys. And when I turned back around to the plastic bin, oh, it looked like a snake pit. They were all intertwined with each other. It looked like a snake pit with the snakes' heads bopping around and trying. Oh, yeah, I saw that demon plus its 7 best buds. That thing got right up in my face. That's the time. That was the second biggest demon incident. That's when I grabbed it. And Bridget's on the phone. She's like, you're scared. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm an ex-super soldier, yo. I'm like, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. It happened just like that. No, I'm not, Bridge. Yeah, I am. What are you really scared of, Holly? I was like, their ickiness. They're yucky. The way they feel in my hand, the way they smell, they're icky. And that's when I was like, no more. I grabbed it. Got right up in my face, and it wasn't leaving. Okay. Now, a lot of plastic Christians say, well, the demons can only do this and that. They can't do what Abba says no to. And then meanwhile, yes, these demons are doing absolutely everything these plastic Christians say they can't. And it's not, they can do whatever they want, okay? If you are not diligent and focused on Yeshua, it's your own fault. You left your own back door open. Now you're getting pummeled by them. Sometimes it's our own faults, guys. And these demons can do whatever they want. Even when Abba says, do not touch my kid, do not harm my kid, that servant has got to do their duty and do their diligence to stay prayed up constantly with their full armor and taking care of their loved ones in prayer too. But on that real, genuine voice of Yeshua, not the version of Yeshua that Moloch wants to give us. And he's got multiple versions of Jesus. Just go look at those, like, gods from India with the million faces. Yeah, that's Moloch for you. He'll give you a million different versions of Jesus just to purposely keep you away from the real one and the real truth. Because he can really set us free from all of this. Thank you, WP. Yeah, when you guys take cigarette smoking, like me, I'm skinny, that's an easy no-brainer. Send myself to the fridge, right? Go get something to eat. I was like, Holly, if you're going to be such an idiot, he's like, then just, you know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. I take that back. I'm sorry, Abba. So, Abba tells me that he will help me with my detox. I just have to stop taking it out of his hands, and I just have to stay in his truth and keep rebuking thoughts until it's just second nature. Until it's second hand, like until I remove all the bad habits. I was going to tell you an embarrassing story, so that way you guys wouldn't be embarrassed. Let me finish it. So back Thanksgiving, when I first moved here, was, get this, Max Spears numbers, February 22nd, 2020. The second I stepped on this property, the church, since I'm doxxed. See the church? Twice a day, hear the church bells. Hey, good morning, Mike. It's great to see you. So I live right by two churches. There's one there, and literally across the street, there's another one, and they're both empty. Do you know what I could do with those buildings and that land? We could have a slice of heaven. I think one of the pastors is light in the feet. I don't think you should be preaching. Hey, if you're in sexual immorality, you've got no right to be on the pulpit. Okay, so I moved here, talking about being able to preach from the pulpit. So I moved here February 22nd, 2020, or somewhere in there. I was back in New Jersey in January, but I came here to this place February. So I was back in Jersey at the beginning of January. I was staying in a hotel with my pets, a Hyatt nonetheless. And it was like the Hyatt was cheaper than even Roach motels. So I was like, good, at least I'll be safe in a nice hotel with my pets. I was there for a month and a half. I was in a hotel for I think like 2 weeks in Maryland, and the rest of the time I paid for all my hotels. I did. I still have the receipts. People want to say, oh no, Holly, plastic Christians paying for your hotel. Want to bet? I got the receipts proven. I paid my own money. That came out of my pocket. Me moving came out of my pocket. This place, my pocket. So anyway, when I got here, I started seeing a famous musician dude. He's like a replacement band member, but he also writes the music and then gives it to the band. So he says, and then the band plays it. He said he wrote like 3 songs for Papa Roach. Well, Papa Roach never gave him any thanks, and I've seen Papa Roach in concert a ton of times. I love that band. When my dad died in 2000, July 2nd, 2000, I remember being at a Papa Roach concert. So anyway, he told me a bunch of good stuff. I told him about myself, which y'all know. I started noticing that he was a hypocrite. He was here for a month and a half, 2 months, here at my house. Not leaving, not going home, just here with me. What do you say? It didn't work out because I wanted Abba. I wanted my vow of celibacy. I didn't want to live like that. Um, I really, really cared about him. But then he was getting involved in my legal proceedings that were going on. He said that he wanted to come to court with me, with my ex. And I was like, yo, dude, you are so overstepping your bounds. It ain't even funny. I told my ex that collapsed my lung, broke my face. I told him that when I go to court, whoever I'm with will not be coming into court with me. You will never know his name. You will never know his face. You will never see him, or even get a whiff of his cologne. When I am with someone else, I will be protecting him, and you won't know who he is. Don't you worry. He'll know everything about you to keep me safe because you collapsed my lung, but you won't know anything about him. Well, anyway, that famous musician dude was trying to force himself in a place he didn't belong, where I already made a decision. What, you want to come with me to court so the judge and so the domestic violence ladies can ask for your autograph? Bounce out of here with that shit. So anyway, excuse me, but let's call it for what it is. So it didn't work out. He was a hypocrite. Things were off. And I was like, you know what? He thought playing around with my altars was cute. Oh, I know about MK Ultra. You do? So I kind of nixed him. I 86'd him. I was like, you know what? We'll just call me the delusional one and get to stepping. So I blocked him across the board. He had helped me put together my page for my MK Ultra support group on Facebook, which I got to pay attention to. I haven't paid attention to it in a year. um, I got him out of that. So, I don't know. About a year goes by. Not even. He got in touch with me a few times. He got different IDs. I opened up an Instagram account. Sure enough, he pops up Instagram. So for like a year, I kept blocking him and blocking him. And then like this year rolls around, 2021. And in May, he pops up again. Holly, I'm so stressed. Holly, I need to come to your park and put my feet in the creek and just relax. Holly, I'm so stressed. I've been telling the truth and being a truther online. And Holly, everybody hates me. I'm just burning bridges by telling the truth because I'm a truther. Yeah. But don't admit that you buy 20,000 views for your posts so that somebody will like them. Whatever. So I let him come over, and he comes over, and I say, you know, I want to preach from the pulpit. You know how much Yeshua means to me. Why don't you and me spend a few months, building a bond of friendship, seeing if there's that friendship there that can be had. We already know what happens in the bedroom, let's be honest. So why don't we put that aside and actually, really form that bond and friendship and relationship. And if everything's working out, let's, hop on down the road to Coach Dave and let's go get hitched. Make an honest woman out of me because I want to preach from the pulpit. I don't want to do anything that's going to separate me from the pulpit. And excuse me, but masturbating, yes, that is a separation from the pulpit. That's why I uphold my vow of celibacy. Oh, Amber, I'm in prayer. This world, I think that's mind control that's happening to your child, Amber. And if I'm out of place saying that, I'm so sorry. But I've got male alters. I mean, I'm a girl. I want to be a girl, dress like a girl. I don't want to change nothing. I get that. I've had issues in my past, obviously. But when Even some of my friends, they live as the opposite sex, and I gotta say, I think it's all mind control. I think this world's screwed with their sexuality, and I blame this world, and I'm mad at this world. I don't blame my friends. But when you turn to Yeshua, you know, those issues Yeshua will talk to you about. And he'll be like, now listen, you were born a girl, you're a girl. You were born a boy, you're a boy. And yeah, this world totally sucks. It does. And I'm not mad at you for that. But, you know, Abba will talk to you about those issues. Abba talked to me about those issues. Don't you think he didn't? That's why I have a vow of celibacy. And I will dress like the girl I was born to be. And I will not let my altar dress like a boy, walk like a boy, or grab her crotch like a boy. Excuse me for being so vocal, but I am a girl. So yeah, to help me with some of those altars issues, I turned to David Arthur because I was comfortable talking to him about it. We did a really big interview last year. I don't know if you guys saw. I barely made it through that interview, but that interview for me was pivotal because I was facing these issues, you know, and they were actually scary issues. You know, I have an altar in there that they told she was born a boy, but she broke hers off, so she has to live as a girl now, but she was really born as a boy. And that might sound funny to people, but as a little kid, it screwed with me. And then as an adult, I'm thinking, oh God, no, I was born a boy. Oh my God, they gave me a sex change in the dumbs. God, oh my God, God. Just like that. And that was last year. I was 46 for that. So yeah, that stuff is huge and it's delicate, but we all have to talk about it. Amber, I'm stuck on your sentence, your words, Amber. I can't. Everything you said to me, Amber, resonates with me. Everything. You know, a lot of people say that he's deceased. I don't believe them, Amber. I think he's still alive. My son has dissociative identity disorder. Oh, I'm in prayer, Lynn, for your son. Amber, I'm in prayer for your son. Wow, I pray for them. Oh, jeez, I pray for them to be whole again. Um, I'm thankful that, I'm a girl. I want to be a girl, and I'm glad I'm a girl. And Abba told me that I was definitely born a girl, and whatever they did to me in the dumbs, that was just a mind fuck. But I was really born a girl. So, um, because I was like, Abba, if I was born a boy, uh, you, you better give me my body parts back. Like I really went through some time with that. I did. And I'm not attracted to women. Not like sexually. Ugh. But I mean, there's women, I think women in general are beautiful, but not in a romantic way. Satan is hard at work. He knows the time is short. Yeah. I think the best thing to do is stay in prayer with God, because when you're in the spirit with Abba, in prayer, in spirit, when you are with him, he makes all those worries go away. He makes all that ickiness and uncomfortableness and the awkwardness go away. And you're just with him. And you can fathom what he's saying, and you can live in his words, and it's easy. But the second you come out of prayer and look in the mirror, the second you come out of spirit with him and you walk out your front door, it's like everything negative comes crashing back down in, and you got to deal with it all over again. I think it's just better to stay in prayer and stay in the spirit. You don't have to worry about sex when you're in the spirit with Abba, you know? And it just makes things a lot easier. There's so much I want to say. I think Abba's saying, no, Holly, don't. Listen, I am only comfortable talking about Joseph Mangley, okay? I know that sounds weird, but he is one of the programmers I remember. I suffered Stockholm Syndrome over him. I'm very aware of that, and I know it sounds extremely sick that I had Stockholm Syndrome over Joseph Mangley, but he was nice to me. He created me. He was also the one that put me through the projects. He loved me coming into the dumbs because Grandma and Papa, like first day of school or when we would go on vacation, Grandma and Papa would dress me in the little saddle shoes, and the pretty dress and, the tights. First day of school, I always wore a little dress. When we went on vacation, the first day of going on vacation, they would dress me in a pretty dress. So when Black Ops would come get me, when I was brought down into the dumbs, Joseph Mangley loved that because I was always properly pretty dressed. I only have a couple pictures. I threw out all my, well, it's not, I was separated from all my possessions, so I only have a few pictures of when I was a kid. But Grandma and Papa was always dressing me really pretty in a dress. Always. And my grandmother made my clothes for me because she was a seamstress. You know, like get the turtlenecks and the pretty vest and then the skirt. Hey, Lino, it's great to see you. Just some guy. I know we got to talk. Spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. I'm working on all of that, Debbie. I got to do the inner work. And Abba was joking with me. He has a sense of humor. He said, Abba, I did the prayer and fasting back in September for a month and a half. inspired by the book of Adam and Eve, because I wanted to grow closer with you. He shows up here in December, right? And he's like, you want your house blessed? And you want to be blessed. Well, maybe this time you bit off more than you can chew, Holly. But I'm glad you did, because you needed to get right. But it turned into more than just blessing above every window, every corner, every piece of furniture. Where was I going with that? Why'd I bring it up? Now I got to do the work on the inside. It's very smart of one doing it, how best to get someone to do what they want. Oh, yeah, man. Joe the mechanic. I hear he's still alive, too. Doesn't surprise me. They were successful in all their endeavors. They backbreeded successfully. They have life extension. There was something else I was saying, and I forget. But, I remember other programmers I had, or other handlers. I don't know what you call them. But, I fear for my life. And they're never going to be brought to punishment. They're never going to see justice in the world. They're too powerful. Their claws are dug in. So I'm not really about exposing them. Just give me their victims. Give me the people that they have victimized, raped, electrocuted. Give me the people that they have harmed. And now we're talking. These people, you think the Fourth Reich, the swamp ain't being drained. It's a nice thought, nice campaign promise, but the swamp is who's in control. They're never going to see punishment. It's going to take, literally, Yeshua HaMashiach to return. And I don't know why they're trying to make him return. I mean, once he returns, he's going to kick their ass. They're not going to win over Yeshua. But the Fourth Reich is going to try to set up 1,000 years reign. They tried to do it when Hitler was alive, and they didn't succeed. Well, they didn't exactly lose either. But now they're going to rise again, but they're going to do it literally. They're going to try to do it for 1,000 years. And I think Yeshua HaMashiach's going to get pretty damn sick and tired of it. And once they set it up, once they announce, yes, this is who's in charge, this is the beast, Yeshua HaMashiach's going to be back like that. So I think we got a few more years until that, a couple more years. But then I think things are really going to amp up and really, really, really going to get bad for us. But I want my house clean so he can dwell here. And I got to get right inside so he can dwell on the inside before shite hits the fan. I want to be able to hear him. Why is my cat always vomiting? I got to buy stock and less toil having pets, I'll tell you. When I shampoo my carpet, sometimes I just use less toil and water. Yeah. I'll talk in private about a lot of stuff. But online, I gotta say, the other programmers that I believe I remember, they're still alive. I'm not gonna talk about them. I'm not calling them out. I'm not making a move. But anybody that's been brutalized, traumatized, and tortured, send them my way, because I have beautiful friends. We all love Yeshua here. And we want everybody to be safe, sound, happy, healthy. Just send them my way, these victims. Let's help them overcome what's victimizing them and turn them into survivors, because they deserve the quality life that God planned for them, and not what this world, not what the temple is set, and not what the government or anybody else wanted to make of them. You know, there's Bible verses about this. They hurt your kid. There's Bible verses. Abba gets mad at stuff like that. They hurt your little one, Amber and Debbie. There's Bible verses about what's going to happen to them, but that's Abba's wrath. I pray that Abba accepts your children into his hands. I pray that Abba protects your children, comforts your children, soothes your children. I pray that Abba takes that confusion and the suffering that they're going through and takes it from them, and he carries it so they don't have to in Yeshua's name. And I pray that Abba has his wrath and vengeance on those that have harmed your kids in Yeshua's name. Selah. You know, I'm not so good at praying like Bridge. She's very detailed and she's got a big vocabulary. I admire that. But bright lights, lab coats, tall skinny beings, and some kind of underground trains. Oh, Lynn. I vaguely remember the underground trains, not much. I remember the convoys mainly. I remember them driving us through Texas. I remember Casbolt knocked out. There was another boy with us. I can't remember his name. That was one specific time. I'm a couple years older than him. But I remember he knocked out, laying across the back seat, and there was another boy with us, and I was looking out the window, looking at the flat land, looking up at the stars. They had, more trucks and more kids in the trucks behind us when they would move us. I guess I also, too, remember when they moved us up in Canada. I remember being in the convoys a few times. I remember black operations bringing me home. I remember, I don't know how else you call it, black operations bringing me back to hotel rooms. Like, my grandparents went on vacation up to Niagara Falls 3 times. I loved it. But I remember on one occasion, one of the mothers of another child brought me back to the hotel room where my grandparents were up in Niagara Falls and said, Holly, you can't come back anymore. I think that tour was over. So where my grandparents had brought me up to Niagara Falls one year, they snatched me. A clone was put in my place. My grandparents came up to Niagara Falls the following year. They went up 3 times in a row. One time, I think I was like 6, 7 years old, and my mother was using me as a pawn against my grandparents, and she moved out of their house and into Somerville, New Jersey, into an apartment, and it was Easter. I remember this clearly because I actually got a basket from my mother in Somerville, but then my grandparents got me an Easter basket back at home on White Neck Road, and then we were up in Niagara Falls, and I got a 3rd Easter basket that year with a big, fat, puffy, stuffed up bunny. And so I remember that. I was about 6 or 7 at that time. But that was the last time we went up. But we had gone up a total of 3 times. But one time, I think it was the second time we went up, I remember the mother of one of the kids bringing me back to the hotel room. And when I walked in, my grandparents were sitting on the bedside, but they looked like they were in a daze. They looked like they were hypnotized, and they were sitting there. And the 3 adults brought me back in, one being a woman. She put me down in bed. She's like, you can't come back. And when she laid me in bed, I'm like, I'm not comfortable. And I switched around where I laid my head and feet, and I spun around in the bed, and then I laid down. She goes, okay, Holly. And then Black Ops walked out of the hotel room, and I was back with my grandparents. I only remember the trains a little bit. You can't use the candy trifecta. I will. Oh, just some guy. I will, honey. I will. I'm behind. You should see Facebook. I put up posts and then I don't read what people write back, and I've always been on top of that stuff. I will be on top of that stuff. Oh, Abba, he was joking. I wanted to say this. This is what I forgot before. You know, I did the prayer and fasting in September. Abba shows up in December, and he was joking around. He's like, yeah, at the rate you're going, ha, I might bless your house and you next year. I was like, next year? Oh, Abba, that's in a few weeks. He's like, yeah, we still got some work in here. But Holly, yes, I'm dwelling in your house. We still have to officially bless it, but we're not going to do all of that until we got you right in here. So next year is only a few weeks away, thank heavens, and not a few months. So I wonder, you remember that nightmare I had? And I told you about it at the beginning of December. I even called it the nightmare, and I rattled on about it for 3 days. Well, that nightmare said something about 5 months in it. I'm hoping in 5 months I get a court date so I can start addressing some of this gang stalking. Abba grin, it reminds me of my dad. But what time is it? 8:30. Keeper's gonna want to go for a walk. I'll probably close this down in like 15 minutes. We'll round it off to a nice 2 hours. I'm supposed to do a broadcast with Bridge today. Her and I definitely want to redeem time. Like when I was in Tennessee, I wrote my autobiography when I was in Townsend, Tennessee. I tried to edit it in Germantown, Maryland, but those plastic Christians fucked with me the whole time. Excuse my language, but that's exactly what they did. They wouldn't let me edit my own book because I went past my own deadline. Go write your own book and worry about it. Get off of me and my coattails, man. This is my book. They even took my rough draft out of the house and to their job without my knowledge and permission. They did some messed up things to me in Maryland. So anyway, you're not crazy, Amber. You're not crazy, Amber. The stuff I talk about, at least now, many years later, people come back to me and they're like, yeah, all right, Holly, I checked into the Super Soldier and MK Ultra projects. Yeah, so, okay, you've been mind controlled. I'll give you that. I looked into it. It's true. But all this other stuff with your missions and assignments, I don't believe any of it. But I'll believe that you were electrocuted in a cage by these lab coats. I guess that's true. Score! I got somebody else to believe. If you can see the darkness, then maybe I got a shot at leading you to the light, which is Yeshua HaMashiach is the light. He doesn't bear the light. He is the light. See, I'm going to one-up you, Satan, every shot I get. He is always going to be better than you. He joked with it. He does. I kid you not. He was like, yeah, maybe I'll bless you next year. So, yes, I mean, I've gone around my house, no demons in corners and stuff like that. I can see them. Abba is impressing upon me. I bring a cigarette in here, I'm bringing a demon in, and then he can't protect me. He can't dwell here, and it's as simple as that. I bring a boy. Oh, did I finish my story on Thanksgiving with the famous musician? So anyway, in May, I was like, make an honest woman of me and marry me. He had a girlfriend. He came here for a week to put his little feet in my creek. Meanwhile, he had a girlfriend. But don't you worry, guys, because the famous musician dude told me he's not attracted to her like he is me, and that he tolerated being my friend Dave's friend for 25 years just to be with me. But yet he only met me in 2019, And he had no idea for the first 20 years that I was even friends with our mutual friend, Dave. Oh, yeah. So I get rid of him. He leaves in May. 2 months later, he pops up. Babe, forgive me, I had kidney stones. I ain't your babe. And forgive you for what? Maybe you need to be talking to Abba, not me. I block him. Sure enough, a month later, he pops up. Instagram, Facebook, sending messages across all these lines. He's got a new ID. Like, he's got what? James Christ, conspiracy files. How many IDs you got? What happened to Angel and the Mercy one? So he gets in touch with me. I'm blocking IDs, blocking IDs. Well, Thanksgiving comes around, guys, and I got lonely. Guess who pops up in my inbox? The famous musician. He caught me at a bad time. And I gave in. And I said, come see me. I'm lonely. I'm alone. I need to be held. I can't take this anymore. I'm losing it. I'm thinking he's single. So the week of Thanksgiving and then the following week, we're talking. Oh boy, are we talking. It's like him and I just rekindled the fire, and we're going to go back at it, and we're going to make a commitment this time. Oh, yes, he's talking to me. So we run a broadcast, which, by the way, I deleted it. I didn't put it on private. I just completely deleted it. At the end of a week after Thanksgiving, we're on the phone, talking and talking. He goes, yeah, I went to a Renaissance fair over the summer, and I got a girlfriend. Holly, don't worry, I'll tell her about you. Ha ha ha. Heavenly Abba, I repent. I had no idea he had a girlfriend, number one. Total sex scandal. I'm not like that. Heavenly Abba, oh my God. So he goes, so I was like, you got a girlfriend? I made sailors blush. Oh, yes, I did. I made sailors blush, and he goes, Holly, I've been trying to be nice to you. I'm going to start recording you. Good. Good. Can we also put in there how you're not attracted to your girlfriend like you are me? I want to put that in there. Can that be like the first thing we start off with? So Abba said to me, Holly, this loneliness that you feel can open a door for demonic attack. Renew your vow of celibacy. Now, I haven't done anything. I only made a mistake one time this year when it comes to sexual immorality. That was back in May, but I was trying to make a sincere commitment with another person. My intentions were pure. Theirs were not. So Abba taught me lessons. That loneliness in itself can open up doors for demons to come into my life. Again, who do I want more? A famous musician who likes to finger his third eye, or my celibacy to an entity that created me and gives me faith so I can have the ability to exercise his power, strength, and authority. So, Abba, you want to be embarrassed? This is embarrassing. No guy wants a super soldier. Super soldiers can't even have relationships, okay? Kieran taught me that. And he's right. We're so damn ripped apart. The only relationship I really feel like I can have is with Yudhe Vavhe, because he makes me whole again, because he truly understands everything, because he himself was used as a sacrifice. His third eye, finger his third eye. I saw Abba literally reach down to this kid, put his hand on this kid, this famous musician, and the famous musician literally put his back to Heavenly Abba and start fingering his third eye. Oh, Holly, look at this video about the third eye. Oh, Holly, did you see this? The pineal gland, the God center of your brain. Yeah, he ain't picking up the Bible. He's busy fingering his third eye. You don't get to God by your third eye. You get to him through Jesus. Open up your Bible. So I saw God, and God showed me this on purpose too, to fix my wagon. He did. He fixed my wagon on this one, but he never condemned me or put me down for it, Amber and Debbie. So don't you guys be embarrassed. He didn't belittle me. I belittled me. The famous musician dude put me down. Onlookers belittled me. But God never condemned me. He never put me down. He just showed me where I was going wrong. I was looking for love in the wrong place. He can help me with my loneliness. I don't have to run to a human man into his finite arms to be lied to and misled. I need to be running into the pages of my Holy Bible so Abba can reach off and just hold me in his hand. Right, Amber? No, I had some. I told you I made sellers blush. I'm not above doing that. Sometimes you have to talk to somebody in a language they can understand. And their language is not always love. We could do that, Mike. I actually probably live closer to you now than I did in Long Valley. Now that I'm doxxed. I take the power out of the gang stalkers' hands. I forgive. Doesn't mean they're welcome back, because they're not welcomed back, ever. I forgive the gang stalkers of Patty, Jessica, their husbands, and their friends from harassing me in person and then bringing it online. I forgive them. Heavenly Abba, I mean this, and you know it's really hard emotionally to feel that forgiveness, but I do forgive. I do not give them power. They doxed me. They held my location over my head until they finally just gave it away. I take back the power. I forgive them, and now everybody knows where I live. But then again, now that those people doxed me, the gang stalkers online now know where they live. They really didn't think it through because it wasn't just giving my location away. They gave theirs away. See, I'm only renting. I can up and leave right now. They have a house. They ain't going anywhere fast. And it's like that. This doxing is a serious matter. So now that I'm doxed, I'm in Stortsville, New Jersey. I'm closer to you than before. Niagara Falls and other places in Canada. The 80s, Becca. I'm 47. I wonder what you look like, Becca. Do you have the same features as me? I hate to say it like that, but do you? Look at Casbolt, Spears. What about, it's not her name anymore, Ava. Eve? I think it might be Eve. I'm so sorry. Rothschild, formerly. Do you have her features? Because we all kind of like have the same genetics. The Four Corners area. I wonder if you and me ever bumped into each other, Becca. In the 80s, that was Pizzagate, right? Ronald Reagan's era. London Bridge. Wow, London Bridge is, yeah, shit. I gotta take a shower today and get that demon yuck off of me. So, I can't believe that everybody knows where I live. The last time everybody knew where I lived was in Long Valley. And you know who ruined that was the plastic Christians. They got up on Google Maps typing in my address, and then they sent me like some gift card to some restaurant. I don't go out to eat. And they're like, Holly, you make a left out of your driveway, go down the road, make a right on this other road, Newport, then get on the 57, make another right, go all the way down to the end till you get a T. There's a light there. You make a left, and now you're on. So this is what you do. You get my address, and now you're going to map out where I live. Yo, you give me your address. I'm like, all right, Abba, make sure I remember this. So if I need a place to run, I just run straight there. I don't get on Google Maps looking up your house, looking up all the streets in your neighborhood, and then proceeding to give you directions on how to get to a restaurant. You already know where it's located because you've been living in Long Valley for years. But you got some, no, that's called handlers. Abba even showed me that their money was black. Every time they took it out of their wallet, it had black splotches on it. Black money, black funded. Do you know how many people have been paid to try to handle Commander Casbolt, Michael Prince? Yeah, they tried the same thing on me. Believe it or not, I thought to myself, nah, that only happens to the likes of Commander. Commander is legendary. So, sorry to say it, if we had a video game with all the super soldiers lined up, I'd pick Casbolt's player for that video game. But got no replies. Oh, geez, Mike, I'm sorry. I'm still hollybaglio11@gmail.com. hollybaglio11@gmail.com. Yeah, I worry too, Amber. Remember the rail underground that can get you across the world in a flash? As to what? I saw that about China. I vaguely remember those. Who here is Lord? Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey, here is Lord in Yeshua's name. He's in control of this channel. He's in control of me. He really is. Except me fighting him with the cigarettes. Abba is in control of me. I want him to be. I wouldn't want the temple of Set in charge of me, that's for sure. You can ask me. You can email me, you can ask me. I pray for Casbolt all the time and his fiancée. I love her. People were trying to use me to get to her. So you know what I did? I called up. I was like, I don't want to be rude, sweetheart, but this person, that person, and the other person is trying to use me to get to you. So the online gang stalkers, they go in cycles. They'll peg me, then they'll go to Angela, and then they'll go to Christine, then they'll go to Ann, then they'll go to Commander's fiance, and then they'll cycle back to me, Holly, and then it'll go back to Christine, then Angela, then Ann, and then I kid you not, it's a complete cycle. We have mapped the gang stalkers. Sarah's group in particular, we've mapped them. They go in spurts. So right now it's not my turn, but now that I mentioned it, they might break in their line and then go back to the beginning and hound me for a couple of months, but then they'll go back down the line and see who else they can jump on top of. Let me see. I'll see if you sent it. We'll see. Abba, is he telling me the truth? I got to answer my emails. I don't mean to be slow. Some of you, I'm just like, maybe I can send you my phone number. That way I can just talk to you. I usually, like, try to multitask, but when I get back, I got it, Mike. Our Abba's helping hand to the end time leaders Please take this message seriously. Judgment has been released from the courtrooms of heaven to earth. Uh-oh. Oh, Heavenly Abba, I'm getting rid of that nicotine. I will break the pack. I'm going to have to read. Am I a leader, guys? Am I a leader? Oh, boy, I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader. I got to step up to the plate. No more lollygagging around. There you go, Mike. What's that? My whole place is a mess. All right, I got to leave that. I have like 5 email letters open on my desktop so I can respond back to you guys. If I stop running videos on YouTube long enough, I could respond to you. Seriously. No, no, no. Oh, no. Shit. Mm-mm. I won't go near them. I will leave them alone. Yeah, I think I was trying to tell a story about Anton LaVey and Winona Ryder. Anton LaVey was on his deathbed dying. The demons come and get him. He starts screaming, no, no, there's something wrong. Winona Ryder was sitting there through it all. She saw the terror in his eyes as the demons came to drag him off to his heavenly abode in hell. Winona Ryder turns around, doesn't tell any of you guys about what happened on his deathbed. And she continues, see, they're getting me. And she continues to promote the kingdom of darkness. Winona Ryder. People used to tell me that I reminded them of Winona Ryder. I was like, I don't look like her, do I? I've always enjoyed her as an actress. I really, really have. But when it comes to the spiritual war that we are in, this is a holy war, guys. Good morning, David. How are you? This is a holy war. And speaking to that holy war, she hid what happened on Anton LaVey's bed. So more and more people are going to be believing in that. Doesn't it sound like a moving truck? I thought that too, Mike. Right? But more and more people are going to get into that. And she's leading them straight into hell. I wonder if Satan gives crowns out in hell. Blessed and highly favored. It's great to see you, David. I'm doing the inner work to get myself ready to be blessed by Abba. I got my house straight, but he's taken some time to work out the insides. And I'm grateful for it. I really need to pull myself up by my bootstraps. But it's great to see you. But when I heard that story, I thought to myself, wow, I don't think these people realize what they are bringing down upon themselves. You know, do they think that they can just goof off and be cute and play with tarot cards in this world, and then when they die, God's going to go, oh yeah, I know. It was just life you were just living, but you're a good person. Come on up. God says he's jealous. We're not supposed to be tampering with these other spirits. In fact, we're supposed to be binding them and casting them down every chance we get, rebuking the thoughts they put in our head. It's beyond me why people don't turn to Yeshua. He doesn't have a burden. You know, he really doesn't. I run to him with all of mine, and he's like, Holly, I can just take this from you, and you don't have to ever suffer from it again. And it's really easy. It might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but look at what the kingdom of darkness put you through. Pride. Yeah. You know who I was thinking about was Johnny Depp. And who's that other guy? He did that movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Wow, Amber, I would love to hear your testimony. I don't want you to say too much if it's going to get you in trouble. I'd love to hear your testimony. I don't mean to sound sick, but that stuff intrigues me. Hunter Thompson. Yeah, Hunter Thompson carries around a blow-up doll with him so he can just while out and beat the thing up at any time he wants. Would you feel safe hanging out with somebody that carries a blow-up doll around so that way when something like just strikes them, they can slam on the brakes of the car, get out, take the doll, start beating into this blow-up doll or this dummy, beat it to a pulp, thrash it around, and then go, oh, that felt good. Put the dummy back in the trunk, get in the car and drive off. Would you feel safe hanging out with somebody that did that? Yeah, I wouldn't want to hang out with Hunter Thompson either. That is like, are you kidding me? That's like having a demon on a leash. Not even. And meanwhile, I'm fighting these very demons to get them out of my house, and I'm scared of their ickiness and yuckiness, and Abba's trying to build me up to be against them. But then you got these other people running towards them. They have got to know what they're doing. They have got to realize it. They can't claim I'm a minor, I'm 7 years old. Christians I used to associate with, but the side that public didn't get to see. Right. Yeah, David, I'm not trying to hide anything about myself. I'm not trying to. I think that's another reason why I'm making a jackass out of myself. I wanted to put my recovery from MK Ultra up public, right? I mean, my audience is online. I'm not going to find them on a street corner. I'm probably not going to find them in a store. They're probably behind a computer screen like me. But I put my recovery up public. But I think a lot of people go through this, and I think we need to talk about it. Because I know it took me and a second person to get rid of these demons in my house. So that means all of us got a lot of work. We got to stick together. We really do. But no, I'm transparent. I don't want to hide from you guys. I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, I met Holly in person, but then she goes home and she's different. No, I'm the same. Like, I'm not hiding anything. Faux sizzle. I'm not going to hide anything from you. I will be honest. Always. I will. Because my intention is to get you to Yeshua. Although Bridge is the one that's bridging us. Yeah. I'm transparent. I don't want to hide. I don't want to lie. I don't want to make Abba's job in my life harder than it has to be. Sorry, I'm giving my dog water. I've been yipping for 2 hours. I'm asking Heavenly Abba if he'll give me something to draw for him today. Like just to draw a picture with God and the time. Wow, Amber. Oh no, he's real. Amber, he's real. This morning I woke up to that country song, and that was my epiphany. Was Abba was like, you're the good kid, Holly, but they are targeting you to purposefully get you to trip. They're sending their demonic spirits, their demonic spies out against you to see what else you're picking up, just to set a snare, just to set a trap, just to curse, whatever it is that you're going to pick up again. You're going to try to do a broadcast with David or Brian. Yeah, we're going to try to curse that and shut it down. They already messed with my They already messed with my software for Fringe. I got to fix that. And I missed Michael last night. I got to fix it so I can get back up and running. It worked just fine. Then all of a sudden it stopped working. Have a nice day, Lynn, now. Oh, you do, Lynn? I missed you guys yesterday. I'm going to tune into Plain Flyer. I got to get you guys live. Are you doing a live? Or is it just a recording? Why don't you do a live? I'll come join you, and I can then shut up, and then you guys will read the Bible, and then maybe Abba will give me something that I can draw for him. I don't know what else to do for Abba. But yeah, I'm glad I put my life up online. That used to slap me in the face. Haven't heard from them lately. Debbie, talk about that. Yesterday, when I got rid of the pack of cigarettes again, because I break them, I kid you not, I came up the stairs into my kitchen and it felt like they were literally punching me in the jaw. And it hurts. Oh, okay. I want to read for you guys. I think I might have to go get my vision checked. About my blood and soul were both deal to... Oh, that's what it was, Amber. Yeah, Abba's like, Holly, I'm not only real, but Holly, get it through your thick skull. I'm trying to communicate to you, Hol. So I know he's real. I gotta walk my talk. What was I gonna write down? I was gonna write down something to remind me to do, and now I forget what I was supposed to write down to remind me to do. No, those demons beat you up, though. They beat you up in the spirit, and then you feel it physically. Yeah, I'd rather put all of this up online, my recovery from MK Ultra and Pizzagate and satanic ritual abuse and the dumbs. And I'd rather put up, you know, what it's like with my relationship with Abba. Because I want you to see, if he does this for me, he wants to do way more for you guys. You just have to open up your homes and your hearts and minds for him. And remember, he's not going to condemn you. He's just going to bring you into his truth. There's discipline. You know you're being disciplined, but he does it so gently. He doesn't force himself on you. He doesn't, you know, I hate to say it, but, and I've done it myself, but when I've said, God, take the smoking from me, just take it from me. Well, he can't do that. He can't do that. You have to give it up. If he took it from you, then he would be dominating. You wouldn't have free will. You wouldn't have a choice. So he's not going to take it from you. He's not going to force himself on you. But he's going to nudge you in the right direction. And yeah, he'll discipline you just so you remember not to do it again in the future because of how bad it hurt you now. Oh. Casbolt knows what it is. I'm hoping he pops up. I'm hoping like at the end of like July 2022, he pops up online. I don't know. I'm just hoping that he does. It's not that I have any information. It's not that anybody's been in contact with me, because they have not. I'm just hoping that one day he's going to pop up online. But there's something more. Ah, Lynn, that's probably what it is. See, that stuff, I don't know about those RH stuff. I get kind of confused, so I stay away from it. I would like to know what my blood type is. All right, guys, I have been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I want to keep talking, but I'm going to go. I'm going to spend some time with my dog. Tuh. Debbie, I thought I was going to go to hell for stuff they did in the dumps to me. I thought I was going to go to hell for the black goo that they injected in me. That took me a long time to work out. You know, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Tuh. Yeah, I trembled. I didn't think I could be saved for a while. And then a mountaintop church tells me, oh, well, Holly, it's your human side that picked Jesus. See, you're more human than you are alien. So because you're more human, that's why you picked God. Okay, you just made the whole situation much more worse. It wasn't helpful. Like, uh, no. How about this? Yeshua is bigger than what they did to me in the dumps. They harmed me in the dumps. Now I can take responsibility for the things I did wrong once I was older. But all that human experimentation they did to me, Yeshua is bigger than that. Yeshua is bigger than that. And he can save me. And that's actually how I got through that, because for 2 years I was like, Abba, not all of me is human. What do I do with that? Like, where do I go? Where do I go? I go to him. And yes, he saved me. I do believe he accepted my prayer of salvation. Technically, God is alien. Yeah, he's interdimensional. He's the alien above all aliens. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he is. He in himself, you could say he's alien. He's an interdimensional being, to say the least. He's our creator. But yeah, guys, with that, just remember, he's bigger than the human experimentation. So whether you're Rh negative, positive, whatever your blood, when we accept him into our life, like what I'm trying to do now, he reforms somehow. He changes our DNA. So whatever they did to us in the dumps with their genetics and their experimentation and them creating us in a test tube and all this other stuff, he's bigger than that. But when we're saved and baptized onto him, he changes our DNA, and that's where we become the wild vine grafted onto him, the branch. We're reformed and redeemed onto him. So what happened to us in the dumps or in one of those Illuminati family homes, that has no power over us. He has the power over us, and it's a choice. It's not just in general you use your free will to pick him, but every day when you wake up, you choose to listen to his voice. At lunchtime, you choose to listen to his voice, or you choose to listen to something else. So it's an everyday conscious decision as well. God's an illegal alien. We're going to have to get him a passport before he can return a second time. Don't worry, we'll put the paperwork in. Selah, Len. His blood washes us white as snow. Selah. Selah. Your more human half, Holly, picked God. And it's only your human half that God can save, Holly. It's not the other half. Guys, sometimes people can be really detrimental. On the street and said, God says, give you this. Oh, wow, Amber. Wow. Praise be to Abba. Abba, can I hit the lottery so I can do that? I'm serious. I'm going to go out and play the lottery today, guys. Will you please hope that I win? Because I want to go out, stand outside with $50 and sit there and say, okay, Abba, who's getting it? Pick them out. And then just go. Abba wanted me to give this to you. This is from him. Have a blessed, beautiful day. And then just walk away. Better yet, take a $50 bill and put one in everybody's mailbox with a little note. This is from God. Glory to Him. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I'd love to do something like that. Do you believe in God? Well, He believes in you and He wants you to have a nice day. This is a provision given from Him directly to you. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just the vessel in which I get to do the ride along, okay? I get to see God bless you. I want to do the ride along. I want to see the blessing come to fruition. I would love to be able to do that. I said to Heavenly Abba, I'm like, I know why you won't give me the gift of healing hands. I know why you won't. He's like, why won't I give you the gift of healing hands, Holly? Tell me, why won't I give it to you? I'm like, Heavenly Abba, because I will run out and cure and heal everything I can possibly touch. And I would stop at nothing to cure and heal everything. And he goes, exactly. You'd be probably curing and healing everything that is outside of my will, Holly. I will give you what you need when you need it, Holly. But yeah, if Abba gave me more, I probably would end up misusing it. And I wouldn't want that to happen because I'd run out and I'd see something broken and be like, can we pray? May I hold your hand when we pray? No? Okay, well, let's just pray together. I don't need to touch you. Holy Spirit's not limited. Going to see one of my kids. Aw, Amber. I pray Abba provides for you to always be able to pay your rent. Oh, praise be to Abba in Yeshua's name. Yeah, it basically boils down to it. I'd go overboard. I'd just cure and I'd be like, let me cure and heal you just to prove God's alive. And people would say, yeah, Holly, I believe in him, but really not believe in him, but want to reap his benefits, but still not believe in him. So yeah, I think Abba has on my plate exactly what I'm supposed to have. You know, I don't want to dig my hole any worse. All right, guys, I've been yipping for 2.5 hours. 2 hours, 22 minutes. 2 in Hebrew means blessings. So may Yudhe-Vavhe's blessings be upon us today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really deeply appreciate it. I'm also procrastinating doing work. That's why I come on YouTube to run videos. So I don't have to do my work. No, I'm kidding. But I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really, 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 really appreciate it. I hope you're happy today, Amber, Lynn, Debbie, all of you, Lincoln, everybody, David, everybody that was in my chat room. I pray that you all have a beautiful, blessed, and happy day. Just some guy. Yes, I pray. Oh boy, I pray. I pray for you guys to be happy. You know, plastic Christians are always, oh, I'm wallowing in the joy of God. Joy, joy, joy. And it's like, I got irritable bowel syndrome flare-ups, okay? There's no joy in that. Not every day can I be like that, you know? But what was I trying to say? It eludes me. I want you guys to be happy. I know it's hard to always hang on to his joy. I know it's hard to feel that joy every day. I struggle to feel that joy, and I don't succeed most days. But yes, I am happy, and I hope that you guys are happy too. The way I stay happy, well, to have you guys as my friends, but also the way to stay happy is just to stay in the spirit with him. Really, this world is so fallen and corrupt. But I love you guys. I'm sorry if I worded things wrong. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for chilling with me. I shall see you later. Does have redeemable things. They are lovely. Yes, Amber, the world does. It's hard for me to see it right now. But you're right, it does have wonderful things. Well, it's got you in it for one, Amber. I'll see you guys later. I will be praying with and for you. I want you happy. Whatever is on your mind and you're praying for, I pray Heavenly Abba answers your prayers. Bye, guys. I'll be back. You guys are stuck with me, but you're also my favorites. I love you guys a lot. I really do. Agape style.